we are going to be ranking every brawler in the game from worst to best. So, we got the tier list right here. I did have to add Kaze and Jae Young myself, just because they weren't in the tier list originally. So I'm not sure. Should we start with like the ones in order and like see what tier they belong in, or should we just start with what we think would be the best for each tier?
I think it's just start with the tier list.
All right, so D tier. I'm about to get a lot of hate for this, but I think the weakest brawler in the game is Bonnie. Would you agree with that?
Yeah, I mean, even with her rework, she's still.
Yeah, her rework, it did help her a little bit with, her ability to go to her cannon right away, but she's still the weakest. Who would be next? Oh, Bull. I'm gonna put him in the D tier as well. He's by far the worst tank, and there aren't really many tanks that are being used right now, and Bull, like, it's barely being used, so Bull definitely deserves to be in the D tier.
Yeah, I mean, most brawlers or most people use damage dealers because, like,
Yeah.
they deal a lot of damage.
Now,
So, like,
I'm not sure who. What? I'm not sure who would be next in the D tier.
Frank.
Frank?
Nobody uses Frank. I've never seen anybody use a Frank.
I mean, I'd say he's like in the A tier, but I mean, I guess.
Because he's not useful in any game modes except the community.
So yeah, Frank is going in the D tier. This is like the first real D tier brawler. He's never really used. I don't really see him used in competitive. So yeah, Edgar, I also consider to be a D tier brawler. His range. I mean, like, he's definitely good out, like, in casual, but in terms of, like, competitive, like, there's just a lot of better assassins to be used right now. Um, so, that's, that's the case. Who else would be in the D tier? I'm not sure.
I have a feeling that's it.
Who?
I know, I have a feeling that's it.
Okay. Now, moving on to the C tier. These brawlers, they're not really, like, used a lot, but they're not really unplayable either. So, kicking us off into the C tier. I haven't really thought about this too much. Actually, I can see BB being in the C tier.
But you know what would be easier?
What?
For the tier list?
What?
You know what? 8 is the start of the tier list and Jaeyoung's at the end. We'll just start from the start of the tier list and the end of the tier list.
Alright. So 8-bit, I'd put him in like B.
Yes.
No, we're doing it based on both the meta and our thoughts. So like if it wasn't based on the meta, I'd put it at S, but the reason why, I mean, I could definitely see him being like 8. Yeah, actually we'll put him in the A tier. He's just not really S because of his movement. But his movement speed is not very good. Amber is also in the A.
Can I have an objection, Your Honor? I'm just saying, I would put 8-bit at S, even though with his move speed, like kind of gets switched over to his damage and his like fire rate. His fire rate and his damage are the main reasons why 8-bit's like a really, really good tank. Because like no
tank, you mean damage dealer?
Oh, he's a damage dealer?
Yeah. Amber?
Yeah, and he's a tank, so.
What about Amber?
That's why it's funny.
Amber, I'd probably put in like the A tier, honestly.
Yeah.
She's really good, especially with her burst damage, but there are some things that make her she's not really like the best of the best. Angelo, I'd also put in the A tier. I'd put slightly above Amber. Actually, no, I'd put below Amber. He's one of the best sharpshooters, but he charges up his attack, which kind of makes him worse. Ash, I also think would be actually no, probably in that B tier actually.
Yeah, because Ash is carries him.
Barley, a really good thrower.
Yeah, but Grom overshadows him.
I put him in the B tier.
Yeah.
B, in my opinion, the best sharpshooter, so I'm gonna put her right here at the top of A tier. Belle, B tier, but I'd put her like slightly above Barley. Barry, A tier. I'd probably put him like right here. Barry, he's a really good thrower. His ability to heal his teammates with his throwing abilities makes him even better than like some other throwers that just just throw. Bo, I'd probably put in like the B A tier or B tier.
I think we should put him bottom A.
Bottom of A.
Yeah, because he was in the middle recently, but he did get a buff.
Now
He's
BB
really good now.
now BB I'd put in the C tier. BB, she can be good, especially with her hyper, but what's causing her to be kind of down is because her range is short, and there are a bunch of other tanks that are better right now. Brock. I'm not entirely sure where Brock would be.
I think he should be B.
B, but where in B tier?
I think right in front of Barley. Yeah, right in front of Barley.
Buster is definitely A tier to me. He's one of the better tanks right now. I'd probably put him slightly above Amber.
Yeah, he's the only tank that's fun to play with.
There are some tanks that I personally think are slightly better, but we'll get to those in a little bit. Buzz?
Buzz B.
Alright, I'd probably say slightly above Barley, right?
Yeah.
Byron is a pretty good support, not necessarily the best support, but he's up there.
He is one of the best support. His healing is crazy, but it's not better than Barry's right now.
Yeah, so I'd probably put him behind Amber or behind Andrew Lowe. Carl, I don't think he's an S tier brawler, honestly.
No, his gadget really carries him, and also his hypercharge is basically his gadget, but
So where should we put him?
His burning abilities like no others, but we have to put him at least above Brock.
Above Brock, alright. Okay, so a pop-up just showed up on my computer. Alright, looks like no one has joined the stream so far, so no one is even going to see this. That's weird. It shows that no one is on YouTube stream. Anyway, Charlie, I put her in the C tier.
C tier, yeah.
C tier. Alright, Chester, S tier, right away. No argument. Chuck is in the C tier. I'd probably put above Charlie. Clancy, I actually consider to be a D tier brawler. Probably right here.
His hypercharge is good. I would at least put him C.
Alright. Colette. Oh my god, this is hard because you guys know I'm a Colette main. But I'd probably have to put her in B tier, right here. Actually, no, probably probably in the bottom. Probably in the bottom, and then
I would put her top of B.
This is one of the ones where I slightly disagree with what other people say, but I am starting to feel it a little bit. Colts, I don't know where I would put Colt. Probably in the C's here, honestly. Probably put him on top of C. Cordelius?
My boy Cordy, the fun guy?
Where would we put the fun guy?
A.
A? Yeah, let's put him in A. I'll put him below Amber. Actually no, put him below Angelo. Crow. Crow is good.
Yeah, his poison really does a lot of damage. He's a basic brawler, so at least put him at B. B for basic.
I'll put him right there. Daryl. I'd put him like in the bottom of B. Doug! This is where the controversy begins. Everyone considers him to be the worst brawler in the game.
But his healing and his damage are insane, so I think I will put him in bottom of A.
Yeah, we're gonna put him bottom of A, guys. Sorry. Draco? I mean, his burst damage is good with his super.
Yeah.
Probably put him in, like, B. Like, above Daryl.
Yeah.
Above, actually, I'd probably put him, like, right here. Dynamite. Where would I put Dynamite? Not sure where would I.
There's a lot of balls. There's a lot of balls in B, but I would say B again. There's like a lot of basic brawlers that are good, but nobody uses.
I'd probably put him in the top of B tier, though.
Yeah.
So slightly above Colette. El Primo.
El Primo. He's a really good close range brawler.
But he is another tank that, but isn't really used much.
No, but his El Fuego is really C.
C. I'll probably put him like slightly below Colt. Ems is another one that like I like, but not a lot of people really like. I'm not sure where I would put her in the list.
Ems, C.
Yeah, let's put her in the C. I'll put her like right above, like in between. So we can finally continue the tier list.
Nice.
It just took around like 10 minutes to do it. Alright. We left off with Eve. I can barely hear what you're saying.
Eve is like the downgraded version of Cordelius.
So I'd like in like C tier then?
Yeah.
Not D tier. C tier. Like right there. Let's continue the tier list. Fang.
S.
So you want this list to be controversial? Because he is not S. Even though I love Fang, he's definitely not in the meta.
Yeah, he's in the meta.
No, he's not.
Well, at least what I feel like. He's in the meta.
I'd probably put him in like B tier or C tier, honestly. If my computer could work. Alright, B tier it is. This might be the worst day of my life besides April 10th. Finks.
B2. Basic brawler.
Gale.
B tier is his freeze doesn't really work that well.
Jean.
He doesn't do a lot of damage, and his hypercharge and normal super.
So what we thinking, like B tier?
C.
C? Dang. Gray? I'd probably put him in like S or A tier, honestly.
Yeah. S.
I'd put him above 8-bit Griff.
Actually, put him in top of A, cause
I'd say that B is slightly better, so I'm gonna put him right below B. Griff.
His hypercharge just got released and it's really good, so.
What are we thinking, like A? I'd probably put him like right right here. Grom. He has much better utility than like Barley, for example. I'd probably put him in the A tier, honestly. Gus. Gus, I'd probably put like close to the top of A tier, like right there. Hank, S. S easily. Hank is the best tank by far.
Wait. Pause it.
Jackie, C. Probably put her like right here in C tier, honestly. Janet, A tier. I'd put her like above Griff. Jessie. Where would we put Jessie?
Top of B, because she's not that good enough to be an A, but she's really a really good contender for A. Because
Yeah. Juju.
does a lot of.
Juju. Most overrated brawler besides Bonnie.
Yeah.
Where would we put Juju?
Juju would be actually B. Nobody plays her. She's basically like.
So like the top of D.
Top D.
All right. Kenji, S tier, very much so, one of the best brawlers in the game right now. His hypercharge is insane. Kit.
He's really good showdown, so at least A.
I'd put him like right here in A. I'd put him like slightly above Doug. Actually, no, above Grom as well. Above Bo. Larry Laurie.
He used to be like the best brawler in early access, but they nerfed him into a flavor.
So you'd probably put him in like C. So where would we put him?
Right below M's.
Leon. A boy. Maybe like the B tier.
B tier. He's pretty basic though.
I'll probably put him like above Draco. In fact, I think Fang might actually be A. Now that I think about it, I'm gonna change that. Lily.
Lily would be
Right below Kits. I forgot where I put. Oh, right here. Lola.
She's a really good brawler, but nobody uses her, and plus there's a really big gap.
Let's put her in B. Maybe like right above Daryl. Maybe.
Right above Daryl seems fine.
Lou. I'd put him in the A tier. He's really good.
Yeah.
Like right there. Lumi. Oh my god. I just said her song. I'd honestly put her like in the S tier or like the top of A.
Yeah.
Top of A. Let's do that. Maisie.
She is like a very forgotten brawler, but her damage is really good, and she's like, in my opinion, one of the best sharpshooters just for Super 2.
So maybe like an A tier.
Yeah.
Put her like right
Right above Doug.
right above Doug. Mandy, I'd say probably the best sharpshooter. Honestly, if I were to be able to like choose everything, I'd probably put her in the S tier.
Yeah.
I'm gonna do that. Max.
Oh. Max. She has a really fast hypercharge super, and like is a really good supporter, so
Top of C. So top of C. Meeple. Meeple. Meeple.
Meeple, really new brawler. Just
So like yeah, but I'd put him in like where? Like maybe like the top of B?
mid, like bottom of B.
Bottom of
Bottom,
B.
bottom.
Meg.
Meg, she's she's a really good brawler right now. I mean, her long range missiles and her hypercharged super, it's like top tier. So I guess like A.
Like maybe like above above Fang?
Yeah.
Melody. I have a melody. So yeah, Melody. Melody, I think, is actually probably like in the A tier, like maybe like above Byron. I'm not sure where he is. Miko, I'd put in the D tier, like right, like like right, right here. Mo.
Mo just isn't good right. He just was good, but I think they just nerfed him, and now he's just you know.
So like, what are we thinking? Like in the D tier, maybe?
Uh, bottom of D.
Bottom of C. Mortis.
B.
Probably the top of B.
Play him because like
Mr. P. Mr. P is not very good right now. His hypercharge got nerfed, which threw him down. So yeah, I'd probably put him in like D tier, maybe.
oh yeah.
Maybe like right here. Nani? Maybe like B.
Yeah.
I'll put him. I'll put her bottom of B. Nita.
Nita, her hypercharged super can either destroy any safe ice or defeat the kaiju in
Brawl Arena. So maybe like the top of B. Or like.
right below.
Or like what?
Right below bonus.
Ollie. Combined with the Renegade star power, I'd probably put him in like right. I'll put him like right third place A. Otis.
Um, uh, that's a hard one. I don't know. I don't know.
I'll put him in like C tier or like yeah. Let's put him in C tier. Pam, controversial one as well. She was D tier for a while, but then she got a buff that kind of helped her slightly.
Yeah.
I'll probably put her like slightly above Charlie. Pearl. Pearl.
D.
What?
D.
Yeah, that makes sense. I'll put her like right above Edgar. Penny.
Penny's hypercharged and super are key for map control. So put her in there.
Alright, I'll put her like Piper. Piper I put like close to the top of A, honestly. Like maybe like right there. Poco. Poco was S tier, but I think he's just gone down slightly to I'm Mythic 2. No, I'm only at Gold 3, so we wouldn't be able to play ranked because the difference would be way too much. Alright, anyway, Poco I'd probably put like one of the best supports, so maybe like
Yeah, I think I'm Mythic 2 with this guy, but no. Wait, no,
Rico.
Rico. Right below Ollie. In A.
Rosa D. One of the worst tank. I'd probably put her like right here.
Yep. RT, he has some inspirational voice lines.
Yeah, he is inspirational.
But he is a B.
So B.
B.
I'll put him like right there. Ruffs. Colonel Ruffs.
Colonel Ruffs. Ooh. C.
Like
There's a bunch of other brawlers that are better.
Sam.
Sam. Great. Hey, a lot of sweats using really good. So if you see
Sandy.
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 Her invisibility is really good. But I'll put her B.
B.
Wait, I'll finish up the tier list. I gotta go real quick. I'll call you when I'm done.
Alright. So Sandy will put at B, maybe like below Colette. Shade. Shade, I think, is one of the worst assassins. I'll put him at like right above BB or like right above Otis. Actually, no, right. Shelly is D because she is a beginner-friendly brawler. So like all the advanced players don't really use her that much. Spike, Spike, I'd probably put like in the A tier, like right here. Sprout, I'd probably put at C, honestly. Like Squeak, honestly, I'd probably put at S. Still, like right here. Surge. Honestly, Surge isn't used much, so I'd probably put him at B. Terra, I'd put at B as well, cause like her super is really good, but otherwise, like it doesn't help Terra that much. Tick, I think, is probably like a worse thrower, so D. Willow, C, like slightly above Eve. All right, here the last two brawlers. Kaze is the best brawler in the game. No doubt about it. Her two forms, two hypercharges, and two supers easily makes her the best. And Jae Young, I'd probably put right here. So that's my tier list. Very interesting tier list. Very different from a lot of other pros. I know, especially with the Juju placement. Juju isn't really that good. So, chat, how would I do?